Everybody make it loud. Start clapping now for Scott Althaus, everybody. Scott Althaus. Still clapping, Scott!
All right, give it up for me. Yeah! All right, how's everyone doing tonight? Shit-faced, I hope. Because my comedy is not funny. So I'm new to San Diego. I've been here about a year. I'm from Iowa. Is anyone from Iowa? Of course not. It's terrible. Iowa is constantly confused with Idaho. Idaho is where... Do you want to come up here and make this How you doing? Idaho is where potatoes. Iowa is where we have sex with sheep. And so I moved out of Iowa and came here, and I've been here about a year, and they don't have any sheep out here. So I joined this dating website. Have you heard of Match.com? I'm on Match.com. You guys heard of this? Nope. No, you have. How you doing? And so I'm on Match.com, and Match.com does a great job of grabbing information and displaying information, but they do a terrible job of verifying information. Like the first date I was on was with a dude, and so I'm like, I bought baseball tickets, so I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll go. His name was Steve, so I just called him Stevie because that's like a girl's name, right? So I'm like, hey Stevie, what's up? So we're at the game, and then he bought me dinner, and I'm like, well, I guess I should fuck him because he owed me, right? He owed me. Well, that's what you do. Okay, so, all right. So that was the end of that. And the next, okay, so I'm now I know what Match.com is whatever. So the next fictitious girl that I dated, that I made up for this joke, I went out with this girl, we'll call her Janae. Fuck you. So, probably not. So I went out with Janae, and Janae, oh my God, I went out with her, and we're at restaurants, and she was always upset because I wasn't ordering for her. Like, I barely know what to order myself. Like, I go to Chipotle because I know what I want. I go to this exotic restaurant, so I have no idea what I want. So after a month of, like, analyzing what this girl would want for dinner, I got this spreadsheet, and I figured it out. I'm like, okay, we go to this restaurant, I'm all prepared, and I'm like, I get up to the counter, and I'm like, the lady will have the chicken McNugget meal, and a large fry, and a Diet Coke, because she's on a diet. That's not really, I'm just kidding. And she's so inquisitive, she's always asking me questions. Like, I'm colorblind, okay, so I have these minor red-green deficiencies, so I have like 6 pairs of olive pants that I think are khaki. So, and I have no good answering questions. She's like, what kind of color blindness do you have? Well, I'm like kind of colorblind, so we can't see colors, bitch. I'm like, what kind of color blindness is there? And then she's always asking, okay, so you know how it is when you're in a relationship. You go somewhere, you go to Target, right? And you have to buy stuff. And if you go without asking your significant other what they want, then they get mad when you come home. So I'm like, what do you want? She's like, can you buy me tampons? And I'm like, no. But I did it anyway. And so I'm like, I don't know how to go through an aisle. I don't know how to go through a tampon aisle at Target. Like, it's creepy anyway, right? Right? And she wants like scented tampons. I'm like, who's gonna be down there smelling it? That's ridiculous. And I'm like, okay, so I get in the aisle and I'm like, I'm smelling these tampons. And they smell like cardboard. So I'm opening them up. I'm smelling these tampons. And if you think that's bad. So, sometimes you can, like if you're at a perfume counter and you're buying perfume, I don't know, and you're like, oh, it's for my mom. Well, it doesn't work in the tampon. Oh, these tampons for my mom. Oh. But they have different styles of tampons. They have like I would think I would want like a towel down there. Like, but they have like G-string tampons, and I'm like Magnum? Like, I'm gonna use Magnum condoms, you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So I use Magnum condoms, but they don't have like, these G-string tampons. So anyway, so this girl, ridiculous question. So and then we're always getting in arguments. So I'm like, I'm tired of arguing. But she's like, okay, I'm so upset with you, you need to sleep on the couch. And I hate sleeping on the couch. But the funny thing is, we don't even live together. So she would call me, she's like, you better be on your couch. All right, so this next fictitious girlfriend, we'll call her Kate. Yeah, okay, so Kate. Okay, so Kate, first date, ridiculous. I went out with her, and she had this weird request that I shave my entire body, right? And I'm like, I'm gonna keep my hair and my eyebrows, but that's it. I'm like, well, okay. And I'm thinking out loud, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, that's ridiculous. I would never, ever do that. But what came out was, yeah, okay, I can do that. Sure. So I go to her apartment, I have a key, I guess, and I go in there, and I don't live with her, I guess. So I go into the bathroom, and I'm shaving myself. I'm doing all the parts that you're supposed to do, and I get done, and I'm like, she's not home yet, she's at work, and so I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna get naked. Should I do that now? Do you want to see that? So we get naked. So I'm like, and I put bowling shoes on, which I don't bowl, so that was weird. I just added that to the joke for no reason. And I'm like in the hallway, naked, shaven, breezy, and she walks in the door and she's like, how'd you get into my apartment? I'm like, you gave me the key, remember? And then she's like, she's just stunned because I'm in her apartment. She was still at work, right? So she comes in, she's frustrated. She goes into the bathroom, and she comes out, and she's fuming mad. She's like, did you use my razors to shave? And I'm like, well, I just brought the one razor. So I'm like, yeah, I guess. I don't know, a couple. And she's like, but I see like long hair. So how did you trim before? And I'm like, maybe. She's like, what did you use to trim your hair before you shaved? And I'm like, your kitchen scissors, maybe? I don't know. You've all done it, shut up. And so I had to go to Target that night, buy new scissors, her razors, and don't forget the tampons. So this last fictitious girl I dated, this is a sketchy subject, but she actually had colon cancer. You're like, is this guy actually gonna make fun of colon cancer? After that I say, yeah, here we go. Let's do this. And it's fine, don't worry about it. Shut it. And so we developed like these pet names. And okay, so if you don't know anything about colon cancer, like she had the good kind. So if you're gonna get cancer, this is the kind you get. Like they put it, it's just in your colon and they just cut it out. Hey, shut it. So they put the cancer, they just cut it out and they stick the two pieces back together. And so we had like these pet names and we're like making out, and she's like, oh, I love you, baby. And I'm like, oh, I love you too, semicolon. All right, that's my time, thank you.